MMA Boxing Talk here. I just wanted to put out a short video talking about Tony Ferguson. In my opinion, this is the front runner for the next title shot. Tony Ferguson, 9-fight win streak. What he did to RDA at high altitude, landing 200 punches and basically outstriking, outlasting RDA, being throwing more volume the whole time, showing better cardio than RDA, was unprecedented. I mean, nobody does that to RDA in the manner that he did it. At high altitude, landed 200 punches. I mean, that is spectacular. And of course, I'm putting this video out because Khabib Nurmagomedov is fighting Michael Johnson tonight. A lot of people feel that Khabib, with a win tonight, will get him a title shot. In my opinion, it's a no-brainer. Tony Ferguson has done way more. And yes, you're going to say, well, Michael Johnson beat Tony Ferguson. But that was 4 years ago. And Tony Ferguson is on a 9-fight win streak now. Khabib's been extremely inactive. This will only be Khabib's third-ranked opponent he ever fights. He fought RDA 2.5, almost 3 years ago. Pat Healy was ranked number 10. And Michael Johnson, number 6. Michael Johnson, this guy right now, he's lost 2 of his last 3. He's a solid fighter, Michael Johnson. Not taking nothing away from him. He could probably, there's a chance he beats Khabib. Not a very high chance, but Michael Johnson is, his last 3 fights, he's got 2 losses out of his last 3. So is that a win over him after being so inactive? That doesn't really grant a title shot, in my opinion, for Khabib Nurmagomedov. So, having said that, I think, I would be okay with them giving the title shot to Tony Ferguson. Of course, he deserves it more. He earned it more. He's been more active. He's a more exciting fighter. He's more marketable. All these things. But the thing is that if they're not going to do that, if they're not going to give Ferguson the title shot, then you make Khabib Nurmagomedov versus Tony Ferguson, the number 1 and 2 contender, face each other for the title. And basically the winner of Khabib and Ferguson would face the winner of the champion, the winner of Eddie versus Conor tonight. So I mean, I just wanted to put this video out. I'll be putting out a post-fight video after the Khabib Johnson fight. Of course, Johnson, he could win it. And if he wins it, then I think it's obvious you give the title shot to Tony Ferguson. Unless they end up giving Michael Johnson, the fight to Tony Ferguson, a rematch, and the winner gets the title shot. But to be honest, Tony Ferguson broke his arm in that fight. He still dropped Michael Johnson in that fight. It was a unanimous decision, but I mean, it wasn't like a total domination by Michael Johnson when he beat Tony Ferguson. It was an average fight. Ferguson broke his arm. He wasn't his best. Not taking away anything from Johnson. I'm just saying it's not like he had a tremendous. It's not like that's Johnson's best win on his resume. It's really not. So anyway, just wanted to put out my opinion. Tony Ferguson deserves the next title shot, and if they're not going to do that, then you go the winner of tonight. Either if it's Khabib or Johnson, fight Tony Ferguson. But if Khabib wins, it's more Khabib, Tony. I think if Tony wins, I don't think there'll be a huge cry out for Michael Johnson versus Tony Ferguson. I think they'll just give it to Ferguson. Let me know what you guys think. That's it for this one. If you like the video, subscribe. Also check me out on Twitter at MMA Boxing Talk 1. Peace.